just finished work and I drove home, and as I approached the drive, I realised my lovely gates had gone. And I inspected the post, and it had actually been sawn off. And my gates were delivered back to me inside my garden and all piled up, resting up against my fence.
Her neighbour had removed Debra's new gates.
Just then, I looked down the road and Zach was coming down. You couldn't believe it, could you, Zach?
No.
You'd done it.
The emotions were just like, it was anger, then frustration, then upset.
I phoned up the police and I said, in a mood, I feel like throwing a brick through his car window. Also, I said he was a Polish because I thought he was Polish around all that time. And apparently it was discrimination, racist. They said that my phone call was very aggressive. I said I was annoyed, but no, I'm not an aggressive person. They had that on record, and they kept that.
I went to his window and went, oh, can you come out? I want to talk to you, I don't know what's going on. 2 squad cars ran from there to there and went up to me and went, can you please move?
So he was too scared, a coward, to confront us and told the police that he was being intimidated by a 15-year-old. And we thought, no, we're going to put them back up for our privacy.
Debra and Zach put the gate back up, this time on their own boundary. Turf war was now declared between the once friendly neighbours.
I arrived later on and I just came around the corner and I just like, wow, I saw all the rubble and all the mess and I was just heartbroken. The paving slabs had been dug up and stacked like playing cards up against the gates. It's all been dug up and ruined, and so the money and my mum's memory has been destroyed for me.
He was sending a clear message to his neighbour.
He parked his BMW on the driveway. He didn't need to do that because he had a forecourt and he had his own garage. He just did it to annoy me.
But in return, Debra took the law into her own hands, a move which was to have serious repercussions, making her look like the nightmare neighbour.
One day I put a big notice up in my car with a big arrow pointing to his house. I reversed my car so everyone could see. Big trouble for that. And the police came round and said that if I didn't remove it and if I continued behaving in this way, I would be arrested.
The neighbour alleged that Debra was continually harassing him, but she felt she was the victim.
I was in contact as he sent me letters on a regular basis and often containing threats of removing my car, building walls to block my garden, also saying that I was harassing him and his family and causing them a great deal of upset. As the time went on, he called the police on me and my son for bizarre things, such as looking in his window, barking at his wife.
Neighbourly relations were now in pieces. Coming up, things for Debra take a very serious turn.
To enter a courtroom with a judge just terrified me. I received a court summons harassment through all complaints against me. It was the police actually that brought a case of harassment out on me and I had to go to court. I was absolutely gutted. The day I went to court was very nerve-wracking. To enter a courtroom with a judge just terrified me. There was no evidence brought from the police and the case was dropped.
Debra was free to go, but that wasn't the end of it.
The judge gave me a restraining order for a year not to contact him in any way. It says not to enter his property, not to look into his window whilst walking past his property, contacting him directly or via a friend, only through solicitors. Basically not to talk to him.
Although she felt she'd done nothing wrong, Debra accepted the court order.
By accepting the restraining order, I felt like I was saying that I was guilty of doing things. It just felt wrong, really, that I was doing it, but it did clear the case and wipe the slate clean, as it were.
When asked, her neighbour declined to comment on the events that led to the restraining order. Debra may have accepted the court's decision, but she isn't giving up her fight to claim the land.
The events over the past 2 years have been unnecessary. Hopefully, in the future, the drive can be reconstructed and I can eventually claim the land and put it on add it to my deed.
This could be one turf war that's not laid to rest just yet.